kids, you get no sleep. But bring them to the Yamhill County Fair. Let them play with washboard blades. Give them a balloon. Let them wear them out, take them home to them. Guess what? You still don't get any sleep because you have kids.
Yesterday we had the privilege as a family to go to the county fair, and just what a joy it was to see my children having fun, riding the rides, laughing, drinking lemonade. Just a fun place. It brings back memories when I went to the county fair back in Northern California where I grew up. But we spent some time with the animals. We came early in the morning as it was opening up, and there wasn't a whole lot going on at the fair other than the animal shows. And I was struck by this interplay between the judge of the show, the animal that was being shown, and then I don't even know what you call them, but the FFH kids that were trying to control this animal and really show off what this animal, what they had done, all of the feeding and all of the grooming, and there's a lot of work involved in taking care of these animals and bringing them to a show, and waiting around all day and waiting for your time slot and all of that. But mostly the chore of cleaning up after these animals, the pigs, the sheep, the cows. It's a dirty job. The horses, there's danger involved with the larger animals. But if you watch a little bit, had their eyes fixed on the judge, the more expert ones were really aware of where the judge is standing, and so that they could orient that animal in the correct way, and that the animal would be in between them and the judge, and that they wouldn't be blocking the view of the animal. I presume that the judge is looking at the fur or the feathers or the muscles tone or the weight, the way the animal is being carried. I don't know really. I just know that the judge has a whole lot of criteria that he or she is going through. In this case, her mind. She's looking, she's orienting. Now, some of these animals get away, and the person's having to run around after this stray animal. This in this case, the sheep has run away, and they're trying to wrestle it back into submission. And I was struck by that because our church motto, our theme verse, is looking unto Jesus. And in Hebrews chapter 12, it says, "Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." And so the author, probably Paul of Hebrews, is using this athletic, this race analogy to have us with endurance run the race, that looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. And so in that analogy, you have a runner, and they're looking unto Jesus, that finish line. But in this analogy that I'm suggesting, it's also a very competitive atmosphere. There's awards given, ribbons of different color, and it's a competition of sorts, much like a race is. And there's a judge and there's a winner and all of this. And the idea of, in this FFH environment, these kids are looking unto this judge. They're very aware. And in that same way, we need to be keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, because our lives need to be oriented around him. If he moves, we need to adjust, We need to reorient our lives, the way we spend our time, the way we use our talent and our treasure. We need to orient ourselves around the word around Jesus Christ. And so whenever we become aware of something that needs to change in our lives, we need to be quick to repent, to make that change, to turn and shift, so that now if we get out of control and our lives are kind of it's like the lamb's running around crazy and we're trying to chase this thing down and wrestle it down, there is grace. In fact, the girl that had this sheep run away from her, she actually won an award despite the fact that the sheep got away.
The young lady on this end, even though she decided to get away at the last minute, just worked really hard. I was always impressed. Every time I turned around or looked, this lamb was set up and ready, and she was looking at me, and had that great eye contact. So for that, I really appreciated.
It was a picture of grace to me, about how God understands. He knows what we deal with, and so we don't have to be perfect, but there is a constant correction and there's a constant fixing our eyes on Him, being aware of Him and how we relate to Him, and that just really struck me as something that we can apply to our spiritual life. I learned that, man, some of these kids are paying for college this way. They're bringing in hundreds and even thousands of dollars with these animals. So they work hard, but there is a reward. And much in the same way, if we fix our eyes on Jesus and we orient our lives around Him, and we're constantly adjusting to His truth, His way, His light, then there is a reward in heaven awaiting us. It's going to be a lot better than a blue ribbon or a white champion ribbon. It's going to be a crown, and we are going to be with Him where He is forevermore. And what a wonderful hope we have ahead of us. So, well, God bless you, and thank you for spending this time with me in Matters of the Word.
I'm walking into the